Well, during the weather forecast you see in approximately 15 minutes it's getting clear and the track is drying out. So maybe we see some intermediate runs later on in the session. But it's always good to have at least one time on the board to have a delta. Osman said that also just finishing his hot lap. A 129.9. Very tricky conditions out there. You see his teammate GDA on the left side. And Yo-Yo went for a 126.3, Wolfrin a 128.773, and Zsolti a 128.7. Let's have a look to the current championship in the final turns here in wonderful Spain, in Barcelona. Is going for P3 currently, so we see two, I would say reign champions, Bera and Yo-Yo, leading the pack here in the qualifying. Just check the gaps between P3 and P6. And Yo-Yo again for a try here, just invalidated in the last corner there. 126.3 still remains on his board as fast as attempt here in the qualifying. And we see Myth currently having pretty good sector times. He might go for a provisional pole. Tomasito jumped up to P2 currently. Now Myth on P2. And yes, 6 tenths faster than Bera currently. A 124.880 for Tomasito in the V-Carb. Let's have a look to Roble in his final turn down to the finish line. He's improving to P7, currently a 127.1. Yo-Yo is still going with more or less an empty tank. Jumping up to P2, a 125.166. It's a green sector too, so Myth is also improving depending how much he's jumping up to P2. 1 tenth behind Tomasito. These are beautiful turns here. Here it's very easy to invalidate the lap time, so GDA jumps up to P5. Bera spoiled back to P4, but he has 2 purple sectors, so this man is on a mission today to achieve another pole position. Down to the finish line, improves by 1/10 in regards to Tomasito. The current pole time 124.725 from Bera. Beautiful turns also from Myth. He's going for provisional pole by 6 tenths faster than Bera. What a time. So Spaghetti is driving the only Ferrari here in the wet qualifying session in Barcelona. Close to invalidation, but kept it on track. P5, 125.580. Pretty close gaps here. Yo-Yo stays on P3. What is Tomasito doing? He jumps up to P2. 124.414. So the final runs. Let's go to Frank Tank. Is he able to improve in his last lap? Yes and no. No, it stays like that. But what is Zsolti able to do? His final attempt here in the qualifying, he jumps up to P9. Then we have Berra. 2 yellow sector times, so he might not improve. It stays on P3 currently. Let's have a look to GDA. He improved in 2 sectors. So 2 green sector times, he's surely improving a little bit. But we saw a slide from his side, so maybe he lost all advantage at that slide. Yeah. What about the Roble? 2 green sectors. Stayed on track and he jumps up to P3. Nice one. What is Zsolti doing? He stays out. He has a green sector 1, yellow sector 2, so maybe he's improving a little bit. He stays on P9. And Berra 2 green sector times. So that's the final attempt here in the qualifying. He's improving and he's improving for the pole time. Oops, he did it again. 124.041 pole time, baby, for Berra. So we are ready for round number 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flights. Out the way we go. Beautiful launch from Tomasito right next to Myth already. Let's go to the broadcast view to see a little bit more. Close fighting between Tomasito and Myth. And Myth reclaimed his position 2. Back on position 2. Then we have already an attack from Yo-Yo against Tomasito, the V-Carb driver. And again, guys, I don't have any telemetry data, so if there is any safety car, I will just restart the game and jump in again, and then yeah. I thought this is sorted out, but yeah. Between Roble and GDA, now Gianbartolome. Oi. What was that? GDA went very wide there. Just coming back to track, we see his left end plate is missing at the front wing. So that's a massive disadvantage on this track with a damaged front wing. I didn't saw correctly what happened to him, but yeah, 2 seconds now behind Osman Sedat. Oops. We do have a safety car. It wasn't nice to see. We are in lap number 9 already. Let's have a quick update. We see Myth went for new tires, Zsolti, Tomasito, Sumuko, Yo-Yo and Osman Serat. Which tires they chose? You can see hard rubber is the main thing to choose. Sumuko went for medium tires and the current fastest lap of 1:14.642 from Myth. Pretty close pack here. Little contact from Gianbartolomeo to Wolfrin. But we don't see any damage on the cars. And on the inside, Zsolti. And behind Zsolti we saw a little slide from Sumuko. We have a 3-second time penalty. The first one to receive a 3-second time penalty is Frank Tank in the Alpine. As you can see, Myth already closed the gap of 1.8 seconds. Now it's under 1 second. And they are on the main straight. Gianbartolomeo is going in to get rid of his tires. Soft tires. Let's go to the battle here. Beautiful battle between the two Hungarian drivers, Zsolti and Wolfrin. Also here we see Tomasito's ball back to P10, just behind Yo-Yo. Ay. Yo-Yo has been able to save his car. Of course, opened that way the door for Tomasito. I think Tomasito wasn't sure if Yo-Yo is losing his car again at that turn. Oi, scary moment for Tomasito, very scary moment. Yo-Yo is fighting heavily with his car. But stay pretty nice on track. Now Tomasito is overtaking Yo-Yo with the help of a little bit wiggling with the rear wing. Saying hi to Yo-Yo. And they are getting closer and closer to the group with Sumuko, Wolfring, Frank, Tank and Zsolti. 1.8 seconds the gap currently. Well, it's not a too easy track. Because you have some... like this one here. You have some nice turns where you can't go full throttle. You just need to lift a little bit or shift down and then you survive, but otherwise it's very tricky in regards of traction. Again, a nice overtake from Tomasito. And we have a safety car. I think because of Gianbartolomeo, he went into the gravel, but now you can see a damaged front wing. But he already DNF'd and left the lobby. So I'm pretty sure more or less every driver is coming in. Change to the soft tires, I think. And then we have a 10-lap shootout here in Barcelona. Round 13 from Season 8 in the Monday Racing League. By the way, regards to the best finishing position here in Barcelona, Spaghetti ended in average on position 2 on all races here in Barcelona. Then we have Nordling on P2, ended up on P3. And what about Berra? Berra on position 11, so it looks like it's not his strongest track. Myth on 5.3. And we restarted. So Berra already fighting with Frank Tank. Overtook Frank Tank in this occasion here. And in front we see the battles between Myth and Oroble. Don't fight too much, cause then Spaghetti is escaping. As I told you before the figures, Spaghetti looks like Spaghetti is loving this track, or the track suits him. Myth went very deep into the corner there. But Myth and Oroble used a massive amount of battery, 12% left in their tank. Spaghetti still has 30% left in the tank. Just saw here some battles, at the end of a battle between Yo-Yo and Berra. Now we have the two driver championship contenders, Zsolti and Berra, right next to each other. While Zsolti still in front, Berra on P5, Zsolti on P4. Is Zsolti a 1:13.996 from Berra? Is he close to a double overtake there? What are you doing, guys? And Yo-Yo on the outside. Is he able to overtake Berra there? Berra going for an inside move. Maybe a little contact between Zsolti and Yo-Yo. A little wheel bang between Myth and Spaghetti, but Myth did the overtake, finished the overtake. Did an amazing move there. Now back to the long straight. Spaghetti have a massive amount of battery left there. Is he going for the overtake now, or is he waiting? He tries to defend his position a little bit from Oroble. Oroble is going for an overtake attempt on Myth, and is he able? No. He hasn't been able to stay in front of Myth. Close to a 3 wide. It's not close, it is, or it has been a 3 wide there. But the sort order remains the same. Myth ahead of Oroble, and behind Oroble we have Berra. And we're gonna have... Ay. Wow. A move on to the inside for the next corner, and Berra is overtaking Oroble. What a move from Yo-Yo. That's why we love him. Now the inside line. Beautiful racing from the Austrian driver in the Haas team. Now it's pedal to the metal. Tomasito is coming back. He sees... Ay, late move, very late onto the brakes. Yo-Yo went a little bit early onto the brakes. But pretty nice. And we had, as I told you, in front we have little contacts between Myth and Spaghetti. I think Myth don't want to lead into the last lap, but Spaghetti managed to be on P2. Now we're gonna see for sure some safety car chickens. Looks like Myth is driving especially slower than usual. So maybe somebody like Spaghetti or better are overtaking him, but now he has a half a second gap to Spaghetti. I'm not sure if Spaghetti can go for an overtake attempt with this amount of gap between him and Myth. Spaghetti on the outside, now the inside, a little contact between Myth and Spaghetti. Also Berra is overtaking Myth, but what a nice overtake from Spaghetti. Now he's leading in the last lap. Is he winning the Grand Prix here? Looks like again a pretty nice result for Berra. Why, there's some contact maybe, or I'm not sure if there was contact, but that's the loss of the win for Spaghetti. Now we have Berra leading the Grand Prix ahead of Myth. And on P3 Roble. And it stays like that. We have again Berra, the Swedish driver for the Red Bull team, is winning another Grand Prix here in Season 8, and that's the fastest lap, including a 1:13.908 for Berra.